Welcome to Ring Talk, episode 84, with myself, Martin Theobald, and with Steve Goodwin. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you've had a lovely one. Feels a bit late now to say that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've stopped saying it now.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
It's just gone now. People say Happy New Year and you think...
I'm back in the routine of...
Yeah, this is normal now. We've done, since January, apart from a normal job, I've had loads of fights I've been making, so I'm well into...
You've been busy and you've got a whole list to run through.
Yeah, loads of fights we've made. There's still more in the background. Loads of things going on, new signings, everything's happening, and it's really busy. We've got a lot of boxers coming out, signing up with us at the moment, and some really good quality ones. So we've got some really exciting times.
And been busy redoing our little studio, so
yeah,
hopefully people might notice a sound difference because it's all been covered. It's impressive. It's impressive.
Yeah, come along. So when people come down here for weigh-ins, they won't know what room they're walking into.
Yeah, it's a little bit like an escape room, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
People will know what I'm on about.
You know, Sess is doing the thing. He's got this woman he's seeing at the moment. They're struggling for places to go, and I said it's really good. He said you need to be worried when you come in here and there's a mattress in here.
Jesus.
I know.
He's doing, well, you will see Sess later. He's doing the quiz.
Quickfire quiz, yeah. He's in today to do the quiz.
Yeah. Before that, general chat. What have we got? Deion Jumah.
Sunday.
Deion Jumah. So this has gone under the radar somewhat, hasn't it? Because it's an outstanding fight.
It is.
Sam Hyde, Deion Jumah for the English cruiserweight title. Happening on a Joe Gallagher card up in Manchester on Sunday in a leisure centre. Brilliant fight. And the card's pretty decent, isn't it, that Joe's put together? Give him his due. He's got Central Area.
It's a really good card, and Deion's being really well paid. So, he put a really high purse bid in. So, well done to Joe for doing that, because the lads are both getting obviously well paid.
Yeah, credit to him.
And obviously may the best man win. And we think they'll be Deion.
So Sam's only got the one loss on his record, which was Richard Riakporhe, where Riakporhe smashed.
But
his
he was
face,
winning it. He was, we've got to give credit. He was winning that fight.
He was
against Riakporhe.
Riakporhe's got that equaliser, hasn't he?
That's always the thing, though. A good boxer that keeps out of the way will always probably be ahead on the cards against Riakporhe.
Yeah.
Because other than that, he clings and
he's got that Wilder effect.
Yes, but when he can neutralise. So I think it's a very, very interesting fight. I hope that we get a fair shake up there, and we'll see how it all goes. But it's a great fight.
But I know from what we were discussing before, Gary Logan's confident, Deion's trainer. Deion's confident. They're in a good place going up there for it.
We just want to make sure that if we win on points, we get the decision. That's the key. We don't want to come back next week and talk about a robbery or stuff like this. So let's just hope we don't get robbed.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lack of footage as well, isn't there? So that's
we've got no ticket. There's been no tickets supplied for Deion, so he's got no fans. They've not given us a ticket, and there won't be footage. So it's going to be. We just got to hope that we get a fair shake from the judges.
Yeah. But for Deion, he's getting paid well for it. He's defending his English title. It's a step towards the British if he wins this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think Deion is by far and away the better boxer. I think Deion should win, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Sunday brings. But boxing is boxing. But we're very confident. Deion's a class act, and he's got a lot further to go than this, hopefully. And this is just the first route towards televised fights, bigger titles from British and beyond. That's the plan.
Yeah. And you're going up, Josh going up?
We'll be going up, yeah.
It's a shame it's a Sunday. If it was a Saturday, I might go up myself for a little trip out to Manchester. Yeah. A Sunday doesn't really work for me. So that's probably the biggest boxing coming up this weekend, isn't it, really?
It's the only, isn't it? Is there anything in America? I don't think I've even shown.
Some YouTubers probably having a punch up somewhere.
Yeah, we've
no idea.
We'll give that a miss.
Right, so let's move on then. The new signings you mentioned before. So you've been busy over the kind of off period for everyone else.
Yeah, we've got 4 new signings. There's definitely another 2, maybe 3 coming before next week as well. The signings are Conor Hinds, super middleweight 2-0.
Yeah.
He's going to make his Goodwin Bow under our management on the 14th of March.
So where's he coming from?
He's with Adam Martin, who's now hooked up with Adam Booth.
Yeah, that lovely new gym they've got down there.
Yeah, and what basically happened with Conor, Adam was managing him, and Conor, it's a story, I don't know if I told you the story, but he went and fought on our show, and he was on early, about 4:30 or something like that, and after the show he turned around to Adam and said, I don't want to he'd been fighting on other people's shows, I
do remember.
And he said, I don't want to fight on them anymore, I just want to fight on Steve Goodwin shows. And Adam said, well, look, if that's what you want to do, you're better off being managed by Steve, because you'll get better slots. He'll be able to guide you through. There's no point me managing you and just keep sticking you on Steve shows. So Adam was a really good guy. Adam, he's done a good thing for him. So Conor, then he recommended that Conor come and be managed by me. Awesome. So hence Conor's come on board.
Adam's a good bloke.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He looks after the boxers' interests, which is good. Stephen Cook is the next one from Aylesbury. Was at previous pros, had 2 pro fights a while ago. He got disillusioned with boxing for various reasons. He's a free agent, and he's done some kickboxing while he was waiting to take his licence back, and he's come back to us, and he's going to resurrect his boxing career, and he's very happy and motivated, and we've teamed him up with Andy Gill at the Evolve Boxing Gym down in Amersham, and it's a partnership that's working really well, and Steve's going to make his bow for us on the 7th of March.
I see that sparked a little bit of chat about, is there going to be a show that you're going to bring towards, because now you're building up the Aylesbury, Luton, that kind of area of fighters. Any plans to look at that in 2020?
Well, possibly. I mean, Kay Prosper, who is fighting on a show that's promoted by his cousin under somebody else's name in Luton.
That's in Dunstable, isn't it?
In Dunstable, yeah. But we're building our own thing up, and we'll be looking to that was a venue we looked at, but we thought the venue was pretty naff. We didn't want to promote there. Yeah. But I wish them all success in doing the promoting, because anything local in the area is great. But it's something we may come and address down the line. So yeah, that's something we're definitely looking at. Third signing is Conor McIntosh, 2 times Welsh amateur champion.
Yeah, you were excited about this one.
Really talented kid from Wales.
Is he in Wales still now, or is he?
No, he's mixing between 2 areas. He's down here and flipping backwards and forwards. So he's going to be trained by Richard Grigg, who's got Billy Stanbury down there, and he'll be fighting at Plymouth on the 10th of April.
Oh, okay.
He's going to make his debut there. I'm really excited about him. He's a really talented kid. And finally, another lad from down that area, Bradley O'Connor. He's only 18, but immense talent. He's a lightweight, trained by Marley Dan, and a really exciting prospect. 18 is young to turn pro, so you have to be a bit more careful with them at 18. Yeah. But again, another supreme talent who we're really looking forward to working with. They're 4 really good signings, and all of them should be winning titles. So, that's a really exciting time for us.
What are the additional steps you have to take? Because you've got young Bailey Donald as well. Mm-hmm. These younger lads that turn over, what are the additional steps that you have to be wary and be conscious of with them?
Well, there's no point putting them in with, for example, I'll give you an example at lightweight, Dean Evans, who's a 38-year-old man, super strong, really comes and has a go. You don't put an 18-year-old boy in with a 38-year-old man who's still got man strength and could push them around.
Or William Warburton if they're up at middleweight.
Yeah, you've got to be more sensible about their opponents and do it a little bit more gradually and be more careful. But you still want to test them, but test them appropriately. We don't want to see an 18, 19-year-old getting beaten. That's not what we're about. We're about managing their careers. And I think in an ideal world, boxers wouldn't turn pro at 18. Yeah. But if they do want to go pro at 18, we have to treat them more as learning the job over the first couple of years.
Like an apprenticeship for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's all the new signings. Say you got 2 coming up next week. Yeah. That are likely.
At least two. Maybe 3.
Excellent. There was some other stuff that you were saying about earlier. We're not allowed to talk about it here, are we? But that's pretty exciting.
Oh, we can talk about. Oh no, we can talk about. We can sort of talk about purse bid that's out next week.
Oh yeah, that wasn't what I was talking about. But the purse bid that's out next week.
Curtis Felix is fighting Sam Gilley for the Southern Area welterweight title.
So that's been ordered by the board, hasn't it?
Been ordered by the board. We failed to come to an agreement to such various reasons. So it does go to purse bid. I'm expecting it to take place at Brentwood on an MTK show. I'm expecting them to win the purse bid. So we're ready to go and fight in Brentwood as and when needed. That's the likely outcome of the purse bid, I think. Yeah. But it's where it is. But we'll see how that goes next week. We'll talk about that more probably on next week's show. We'll know the result of the purse bid next Wednesday. Yeah,
I was watching an interview with Rod Julian and Sam Gilley with Shaz. Shout out to Shaz. Does brilliant stuff with Pep Talk.
He does.
And they were talking about that fight and how Sam's a stronger fighter with the day before weigh-ins, and his ability to make welterweight is helped by that. And Yeah, he's very positive about the fight and looking forward to it. It's a good fight.
Good fight. Let's see how, man. We go through stage 1 next week. We know it's going to be March the 7th, because if there's not a reasonable bid put in by them, then we'll probably pick it up for not a lot of money. But and that's being really honest. So, but we're resigned to the fact it's going to be at Brentwood.
Yeah.
And that's really where we sit on it. And but a boxing ring's a boxing ring, wherever that fight takes place.
And Curtis fancies himself for it.
Curtis is happy to go anywhere. It's a ring. He doesn't care where it is.
He's a fighting man, though.
Yeah,
Love
exactly.
Curtis. Right, let's talk about the fights that have been done, the fights that have been made, because you've been making all these announcements over the last couple of weeks.
There's quite a few going in. Right, okay. As it stands, from the recent, forget the one that was there before, but the recent announcements since the ones that have been done in the last 3 weeks. 14th of March on the Amy Sinfield show, Dean Richardson makes the first defence of his Southern Area title against Conrad Stemkowski, and Brad Pauls has vacated the Southern Area middleweight title.
Saw that.
Yeah, and Sean Phillips, who was his mandatory, we've helped Martin Bowers arrange a fight, and he takes on Davis Pagan
It's a good
for the
fight,
vacant
that.
title. It's a good fight. And
I like Davis, he's a nice bloke.
yeah, it's a good fight. It's a good fight for them. And the 21st, Linus Udofia makes his first defence of the English title against John Brennan, who drew with Sean Robinson for the super welterweight belt. So Linus, who brings excitement. I mean, it's a fantastic addition to a wonderful card, because underneath that we've got Liam Dillon, Dennis Wahomey for the English super featherweight title, Adrian Martin, Sean Robinson in the eliminator for the English super welterweight title, and the Darrell Church, Dominic Felix, eliminator for the Southern Area light heavyweight title. So it's a really good card.
That's March 21st, isn't it? That's a House of Pain show.
Yeah, and we are talking about potentially in March another 2 or 3 title fights to add yet.
Right. Including potentially Sam Gilley, Curtis Felix.
Probably not, being honest, because I don't want to.
But
I don't want to give it the big one on here and make what's realistic. We know realistically what the numbers are likely to be. So.
But you got others then aside from that.
Oh, others, forgetting that. I'm not counting that as being a probable. That's just highly, highly unlikely.
Yeah.
So we're counting.
They'd all need placing in March if you. If you.
And I've got probably the next week, 10 days. I'll work on these other title fights.
Wow. Yeah. No, I love I just love Linus, just as a bloke, as a fighter. So to see him make that first defence of his English. For those that kind of have followed Linus's career, what are the next steps for him? He's got hold of that English title now after all the faffing about in the past. It's all behind him, got hold of the belt. How many fights, realistically, would he be, assuming he won and keeps winning, from a British title fight?
Depends on what happens. Liam Williams has got it, and they've arranged a defence with Andrew Robinson, which I don't think is ever going to happen. That's just I cannot see Liam Williams fighting Andrew Robinson for British title. So they've made the fight. I presume, and I don't know this, I presume it's a way of keeping the belt there to stop maybe Eddie Hearn or somebody else trying to muscle in on the title. But I can't ever see the fight happening. So then you're probably talking about, if Liam vacates, Andrew Robinson probably going to fight somebody another for it. That's a fight I'd be quite keen.
I was going to say, would you try and get Linus into that?
Well, it's not that we'd be happy for that fight. You've got other people out there like the Danny Dignams, Felix Cashes of this world that would be in line. So Linus might be sitting behind them. I don't know. It depends on how the board react. But realistically, he's now, once we get this fight out of the way, we can then sit and discuss and look at our options.
Or who's the really tall lad?
Cullen?
Yeah, Jack Cullen.
Yeah, he got beat. But he's just been beaten obviously by
Felix Cash.
So it doesn't. He'll be rebuilt by Matchroom. So we'll have to see how it will go. It's quite an interesting division. But Linus's career to date has been built superbly, and it's about going when the time is right, not going when the time is wrong. And this is when skillful management, if boxers allow the managers to do the right job, which Linus has always allowed me a free rein. He's one boxer that has never, ever, ever interfered with the planning and has had total faith. So and the results are there to see exactly how his career has been guided. And despite all the messing around and the screwing around people did against him, we managed to work around that for him. Yeah. So it's and I think we've got our first defence. I'm confident we'll win this first defence in September, and then we can look at where we are.
And what was the consideration about Brad vacating the Southern Area?
That was a decision made by his coach.
Okay.
Terry felt that Brad had won the Southern Area, had defended it,
Yeah.
and there was nothing to be gained. And I totally understand that, because you're going to fight Sean Phillips, who's a decent fighter with absolutely no upside.
Yeah.
No upside.
Yeah.
Of that fight. So
fight him down the line.
Possibly down the line for sure. But yeah, so we had a discussion, and Terry made the decision. We were umming and ahhing about it, and I think it's a fairly, I'm quite comfortable with that decision either way. I think, I fancied Brad to win the fight, but I actually understand. So I'm working on something else for Brad at the moment.
All right, excellent. Is that all the title fights that are sewn up for
Yeah,
now?
there's another one that's been agreed in principle. Liam Shinkwin to fight, not on our show, on an MTK show, to fight Danny Darko for the Southern Area Super Lightweight title.
It's a good fight, though.
Jamani Camiro is in the wings to be mandatory for that.
Okay.
So we've tried today to do a fight, which we've made a proposal today for Jamani to fight Conor Vian in a final eliminator for that title. But we're waiting on the Conor Vian team accepting that.
Yeah.
We're happy to do that in Norwich or London. We're quite easy.
Oh, I'd love to see Jamani get another title shot.
He's going to get another title shot. He will do, provided he keeps winning.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he deserves it. He takes so many fights. They're not necessarily short notice, all of them, but away corner fights and all that stuff.
We've got to stop that if we're going for titles now.
Yeah.
So, that's a possibility, the Conor Vian, which is something we muted today, but that's just out there. I mean, I'm just being honest, it's out there, and whether Conor's team they may not want to do that fight, in which case that's okay, but we've made that offer, so by baking that offer, if Conor's team don't take it, then Jamani is ahead of him in the pecking order to fight for that title. So whether they want to do it or don't want to do it, we're not actually that fussed either way.
Yeah. All right, lovely. So that's all the title fights. So that's March 14th, March 21st are the two big shows in March.
Yeah.
Excellent. With potentially more fights we can announce.
Potentially more fights straight afterwards.
All right, lovely. Right, so that's all of the title fights done. It's all the new signings covered. Anything that we've missed from Goodwin Boxing?
So much going on.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's something that we have, but I can't.
I'm sure there will be. We'll have to pick it up next week, because I think I'll forget afterwards. Retirements. Jack Hughes announced his retirement.
Yeah.
And Jack's been a brilliant servant to boxing. It's a shame, because I think he had so much more to give, but he's lost the fire for it for whatever reason.
Which is fair enough.
But he's got to retire if he's lost fire for it. It's a real shame, because I think he won a Masters title, was defeated for a Southern Area title, but he's been a credit to deal with, a pleasure to deal with. It's a shame, but he might in 6 months, 12 months get the hunger back.
And that Southern Area fight that he lost was a hell of a fight.
Wasn't it?
Wow. Like, if that's what he goes out on, as a memory of the sport, then fair play to him. But
so full credit to him.
He's a character, Jack. He's,
100%.
I mean, he's, I'm sure he's probably not achieved everything he wanted out of boxing, but he will be remembered for many, many things. If it's falling off the ropes at the end of a fight when he jumped up to celebrate, or for that fight for the Southern Area, which although he didn't win, he still contributed an awful lot to.
I agree.
It was a hell of a night, so good luck to him.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done, Jack, for everything you've done in the sport.
Cool. So, still to come up, we've got my weekly rant to come. You've got Jerome's Stay Ready Campbell. The Trevorism, which I don't know what that is this week. Quickfire quiz with Cess, and then we're going to finish up the Q&A. But for all of that, we're going to go on to my weekly rant.
Martin's Weekly Rant.
Right, my weekly rant. This is after a discussion with Jane Couch, who, God bless, I love Jane Couch. She did so much for the sport, so much for women's boxing. She was a pioneer. She did great things. But I was having a discussion with her on Twitter about this, and she was saying that the sport needs British titles for women, try and raise the profile, make the bigger fights. I completely and utterly disagree. I think the talent pool just isn't there at the moment. You've got 31 professional female fighters currently registered, and I know that number's growing by the week, but 31, that's across all the divisions, all of them. You look at something like lightweight, there's I think 7 fighters in the lightweight division for females, and that's one of the most popular divisions, of which I think 5 of them have had less than 5 fights. You can't then only have the top 2 where you've got like Natasha Jonas, Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron's moving on to world title fights. Natasha, you know, has the potential in the future maybe to do that, or we don't really know what's going on with her career, but given that's one of the strongest divisions and everyone underneath those 2 or 3 top fighters has only had maybe 3 or 4 fights, how can you bring in a British title for that? The British title should be about legacy, should be about history, should be about being the recognised best within your division in the country, should be about earning it. I just think, I'm not adverse to women's boxing, I'm all for it. But if you want those meaningful fights, make the meaningful fights without the titles. Make the fights between Chantel Cameron and Natasha Jonas. Make those fights anyway and raise the profile of women's boxing as a sport. Bring more people in. Make those talent pools larger. Swell the numbers. Hopefully you get the likes of Sandy Ryan turning over after the Tokyo Olympics. And then you'll start to see, hopefully, that the sport gains more and more traction. And then you can start to introduce the bigger titles. But until then, be someone like Hannah Rankin, who'll go off on the road, who will fight people in whatever country it is, will take the risks and not just fighting the people that are brought over because you should beat them, but someone like Hannah, who had no amateur experience, really, few white collar fights, has gone off and fought Clarissa Shields. Like, she didn't win it, she hasn't won a few of her fights on the road, but she's a road warrior, she's a real trier. If the fights aren't there domestically, go and find them. And for that reason, I can't back the idea you should have a British title with so limited numbers. Those titles should be earned and not kind of given out. Right, welcome back. I survived that with a tickly cough that was getting to me. So, one to watch this week is Jerome Stay Ready Campbell. What's the Stay Ready about, firstly?
Well, he's supposed to be ready at all times, although he's been inactive at the moment. But he's on his way back. He's going to be back in the ring in May, and he's gunning for a Southern Area title this year. He's a very talented young lad, and I'm expecting big things of him. He's hunting down the Southern Area belt. Danny Carr's got it at the moment. There's people like Daniel Khan and people like that sitting there in the background. So it's a tough division, that. But no, he's going to be hunting on it. He's 6-0. May need 1 or 2 more if he doesn't get a voluntary shot. But he's on target for a Southern Area title.
He's an exciting fighter, Jerome.
Great to watch as well. Great to watch.
He looks like a hard bastard.
Yeah,
he looks like someone that likes to do damage to people.
Yeah, so no, he's a lovely kid. He's worked really hard, and we're back ready to go this year.
Yeah, what's he like to manage?
Perfect, no problem at all.
Yeah,
just all we need now is him to stay active and consistent, and then we'll be able to get there.
Awesome. Right, so you're going to hear from Jerome now, who's going to tell you a little bit about himself, and then we're going to be back for the Trevorism after that.
We are live and we are direct. What's up, everybody? Yo, Steve, what's up, player? My name's Jerome Campbell. People also call me Stay Ready, I'm a professional boxer. 6-0 at the moment. 6-0 at the moment. 6 fights, 6 wins. Standard procedure. You know what I mean? In terms of career so far, especially the last 6 months, definitely activity could have been a lot more active as a fighter, but life's full of challenges, and sometimes you have to just deal with personal stuff, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, a story can't really be great without some sort of turmoil, you know what I'm saying? So we just take it in a stride. What don't break you will ultimately make you, and that's definitely the song that I'm singing. You know what I mean? I always find a way. I'm here right now, and I feel good, man. I can't wait to get started again, to get in the ring. 2020, I'm really optimistic about it. In terms of the future in general, I'm crazy optimistic about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all looking good, man. Aspirations in boxing, minimum. We need a strap this year. We need a strap this year. Strap season, you know what I'm saying? Stay Ready need a strap on his waist. We need a belt, a title. You know what I'm saying? We need to definitely, and is very much doable. You know what I'm saying? It's very accomplishable. So minimum, it has to be Southern Area minimum. English, things like that, I'd love it. But also I know, you know what I'm saying, things like, especially in boxing, like politics, or not even politics, there's a lot of criteria you have to fill. You know what I'm saying? And because I've only had the 6 fights, a lot of things will have to be in place for me to get a title shot. You know what I mean? So realistically, I would say Southern Area. And in terms of fighting for the Southern Area, I mean, I would take it in my next fight. No doubt. No sweat. Light work. You know what I mean? I would take it in my next fight. 100%. But, like I said, politics, criteria has to be filled. So, you know, hopeful thinking, we can be hopeful. But it's all good if it's not. You know what I'm saying? I just keep ticking over. I'm the type of person, present me with an opportunity, I'm going to grab it with both hands. Always get the job done. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. That's all I've got to say. Large up everybody locked in. Stay ready, signing out. Peace, love. Yo.
Trevor Padden's Trevorism.
Right, and we're back. That was Jerome, who you'll see plenty of in 2020. Maybe a Southern Area shot by the end of the year.
I would hope so.
All right, lovely. So keep an eye on him, and he'll be fighting at some point in the near future. I don't know.
He's definitely out in May, if not before.
All right, lovely.
Definitely out in May.
Cool. So we're moving on to the Trevorism,
Yeah.
which you've told me is quite sensible this week, which frightens me.
It's a bit, he's
Relatively
sensible for him. So here we go, Martin. This is for you.
So this is for people that don't know Trevor Padden, who you will see down at York Hall. He's in the VIP bar, maybe drinking, maybe working. Depends what night you're there.
He has some unique ideas at times, but he thinks outside the box.
Yes.
And this is probably... He's given this one a lot of thought. I think he's had a lot of time off for Christmas, New Year's, so he's thought of something that I read it when he sent it to me by text, and I just thought, I'd never thought of this before, but I thought, I can sort of get it, but we'll see what you think.
We need to get him on here presenting them, like some little video.
We need to work out how to do that.
Yeah,
we need to try and do that. So here we go.
It's in his Irish accent as well. It just sounds even better.
Boxers should not drink alcohol for at least a month before a fight, due to dehydration problems and injuries that they suffer. There should be random breathalyzing during this period and bans if they fail.
It's hard to disagree with. Like,
Well, that wasn't nutty, was it?
it's not nutty at all. And I mean, the dehydration of the brain is a relevant thing because if you're out sparring, I don't know, you don't have to name any names, but do you know of boxers that drink during training camps?
None of mine, but I've heard stories of some that do, yeah.
Right. I mean, I've heard stories of some quite high-profile names. I won't mention, but the majority that I know are disciplined enough. They might not be outside of camp. They might be doing God knows what. But
during camp, they do it. Yeah. I think majority do. But again, I suppose when I was speaking to him about it, he said that his issue is that all that does is cause dehydration, and any dehydration within a month or so before a fight, they shouldn't be allowed to box.
But there are also many other forms of dehydration that they'll be doing to themselves, some of which will be known and some of which won't. Some of which will involve bin bags being wrapped over bodies while skipping and going in the sauna. But you're not allowed to do that, so I'm sure nobody ever does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was his Trevorism. So this is not a ridiculous one. It's not
Did he write this on a hangover? Was he himself incredibly dehydrated?
Well, apparently he's been absolutely smashed. Apparently he was, from what I understand, this is told from he went out on a works do, and apparently he was on Tower Bridge, not fully clothed.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Over Christmas Eve from a work do.
Incredible.
But so I'm not saying what part of the body. I'm not going to say he was showing. I don't think it was not arrestable, but it was pretty weird.
I think last time I went out with Trevor, he got a taxi home from Cambridge to Essex at 1 o'clock in the morning on a night out.
That's
so
right.
Being unclothed on Tower Bridge or whatever doesn't overly surprise me.
But apparently Linda was not best impressed. That anyway, but yeah, so that's not the. There were females up near him and it was cold. And
I mean, that's his excuse anyway. Yeah. Right, so we're going to move on. We've got Sess coming up on a quickfire quiz. Sess is one of your unsung heroes, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a Goodwin Boxing. He's
been to every single show in London that or Milton Keynes that we've ever done since 2010. In fact, I've got to say, I've missed a show. I've missed a few shows, not too many, but he has never missed one.
Yeah.
He's even had a hospital appointment the time we refused to go in so that he could go to the box. He will not go. He was in hospital once and he was going to sign himself out.
Yeah.
But they let him out the day before, but he said he was going out anyway.
Awesome.
So he looks after the backstage.
He's so good.
Guys. He's a great man.
So good. He's
a great man.
He's a decent bloke. He's
actually got more boxing knowledge than I thought he had before. When I think so. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he doesn't beat me because I'm still proxy top of the
You're
league.
two. You'll be
no, that's bollocks. That's bollocks.
2.5.
Absolute bollocks. I'm not having that. Right. So we'll find out how Sess gets on. So over to the main man himself as he takes the quickfire quiz.
Welcome to the latest edition of the Quickfire Quiz. This is the first one for 2020. Now, we had lots of people try this in 2019 with varying degrees of success. Well, I wouldn't call any of them success, but varying degrees of success. And hopefully we're going to find somebody today who's going to do better than we did in 2019. If we look at the current leaderboard, we can see Shocky Khan at top of the leaderboard with 2.5. And our English middleweight champion, Linus Udofi, is sitting rock bottom. He failed to get a single question right. And I'm sure Linus is doing his studying before he comes back and wants to have another go. Today we're joined by the Iceman, the man responsible for the ice at the boxing events and looks after everything backstage, Mr. Paul Sinfield, a man full of boxing knowledge and hoping that he can achieve something that others haven't and get at least 3 points. Josh is filming. He's going to give us the timescale when to go, and then from that point we have 60 seconds to answer the questions. Right. Which boxer's nickname was the Brown Bomber?
Joe Louis.
Correct. Who is the head of the Southern Area Council?
Robert.
Nice, Mick Collier. Who is the current British middleweight champion?
Liam Williams.
Correct. What year did George Foreman beat Michael Moorer to regain the world heavyweight title?
1985.
94. How many British title fights did Frank Buglioni have in his whole career?
4.
Correct. Who did Callum Johnson beat to win the British light heavyweight title?
Buglioni.
Correct. Which fighter was the first to regain the world heavyweight title?
Floyd Patterson.
Correct. Who did Roberto Duran defeat to win the world lightweight title?
Lightweight. I don't know.
Oh, Tom.
Ken Buchanan.
Tom.
Ken Buchanan.
Ken Buchanan. Remember Ken Buchanan?
Yeah,
So we actually done a lot better than I thought you would do. We got the Joe Louis question right. We got the Liam Williams question right. We had the Frank Buglioni fight correct and the Callum Johnson fight. So we scored a total of, and for Floyd Patterson, five correct answers. This is the dearth of boxing knowledge. So Spencer Fearon may call himself the knowledge. We now have a man that can definitely compete. Mr. Sinfield, 5 points, head of the leaderboard by quite a while. Well done. You're embarrassed now.
I know. Fucking lost to Sess. Unbelievable. Right,
That man's always got one over on you.
move on. I'm undefeated at it. The Q&A. So we asked you lovely people to send in some questions, and the first one was interesting actually. You mentioned it earlier. From LTFC Dumps on Twitter, who has asked, with Kay Prosper fighting on the High Rise promotion show in Dunstable in March and defending his English title, is there a reason for not being on a Goodwin card, and will you be looking at working with smaller promoters to expand your reach?
The bottom end, no. The last question, absolutely not. We don't work with anybody. We don't need to. If we wanted to do a show here, we would have done.
You've got enough in-house promoters.
And we've got people that would promote. There are 6 promoters that franchise work with us. And we go to Plymouth and we go everywhere else. So, no, this was purely that Kay's cousin,
Is that Paul?
is putting the shows on and using another promoter to help him alongside that, and which is fine. And for Kay, he wanted to do this in his hometown, and from our point of view, it's whatever the boxer wants to do. And for him, he wanted to help his cousin out, who started promoting, and he wanted to do a show in Luton. At a Dunstable Centre. It's only got a capacity of 500.
Yeah.
So we had looked at it as a venue, but to us we did discount it as a venue for boxing. But they've had a show there and it's worked well, and I hope it goes well for them. So the only reason he's doing it is I think Kay could probably make more money out of it, which I think is a plus because it's nearer to his house, and he wants to help his cousin who's enjoying the promoting, and maybe Kay will help him when he finishes boxing himself and go and help his cousin with the promoting. So the best of luck to them. So we manage fighters. Fighters are not restricted to fighting our shows. If it makes more sense for them to do whatever it is, we're more than happy for them to do that.
And would you advise him to do that, or advise him to do what's best for him?
We wanted to do. It wasn't an advice process. It was purely that he really wanted to do the fight in Dunstable. He wanted to fight on his cousin's show. And that's fine by us, because at the end of the day, as his manager, and the financial deal that they're working with him is perfectly fine. So it works really well for everybody.
Yeah. And when is that fight?
7th of March.
Yeah.
Same day that we've got a show.
Yeah. And are you going to go to that one or be at your own show?
Depends on what I've got. I know Kay's fighting there, and Yusuf's on that card as well in Dunstable.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. But I can't be in 2 places at one time, so I'll have to see what fights are on the 7th of March.
Yeah.
If I've got bigger fights on, if I've got people in title fights there, then really, I can't be, I can't be in 2 places at once.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's a High Rise promotion show for people that want to get in contact with them. Yeah.
Joe Elford's doing it, but under. So yeah, whatever the official promotion is, I don't know, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
So a name you just mentioned. So a question from Alan Curtis on Twitter. Hi guys, Happy New Year to you both. That's too late, we've agreed on that now. Happy New Year to you, Alan.
Yeah.
Any update on Yusuf Kamari's next fight after he was set to fight on the March 14th show but is now off the bill?
What happened was the rematch was provisionally agreed after the fight.
With Liam Dillon.
And Yusuf decided to withdraw from that fight. And Liam Dillon then had a crack, and he now fights Dennis Wahomey. And Yusuf then wanted to go and fight in Dunstable. So he's fighting where he wants to fight.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say about it, to be honest, because I can't really say anymore, because Yusuf wanted to fight, not do the rematch, and he wanted to fight in Dunstable, which is, we have no problem with that. And Yusuf's a very young man with a long career ahead of him, so there's no mad rush for him to do anything. We did look at another option for March for him, but it didn't actually come forward, which he was hoping to secure. So I think he's just going to have to keep busy fighting. Seeing as Xavier trains Kay and also trains Yusuf, I suppose for Xavier it made more sense to have them on the same show. Yeah,
and Xavier uses Yusuf to make sure Kay gets places on time. He told me once.
There you go, so that makes good sense.
Because Kay's shit at timekeeping.
He's useless. So it makes perfect sense once again. Again, it's like Brad Paul's vacating the Southern Area. You make decisions and people, and I totally understand why he didn't do the rematch with Liam Dillon. I totally got it. So then we move on. But because you then walk away, you decide not to pursue that avenue. Another avenue isn't automatically there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You have to take a step back and then review, regroup, and then start moving forward.
All right.
He's a super talent, Yusuf.
Agreed. Ramez Mahmood, who keeps promising he's going to come up here and do the quiz. So
He's
we're gonna hold you
he's
to
now
it.
got some more. He's got to do a score now.
Did you see him? He was starting to get a bit mouthy on Twitter the other day. But who's the geezer?
Oh yeah, but I mean, you can understand why he's pissed off.
Yeah.
Because you had after his fight, so you've had two of their fighters. You've had Ryan Walker defeat Peter Murger and Ramez beat Jack Budge. Then you've had Fred Hussein ringing up his manager, ringing, wanting the fight, and you had Peter Murger wanting an immediate fight for the Southern Area. Both offered the fights. Peter Murger's just had a baby, so fantastic for Peter, but he didn't want it. And despite all the verbals that had come on Twitter from Fred Hussein, they rejected the fight. Rejected it.
Right.
Rejected.
After he's mouthed off.
Not even. I want to do a different date. I want to do this. No, didn't want the fight. Turned the fight down.
Yeah, because he's been chirping off at Ramez for a while.
And turned it down flat.
Poor.
So you can understand why Ramez is pissed. Because, look, I don't mind boxers giving it. I don't mind, but don't give it. And then when somebody says, you can have it, go, no, doesn't fit in. No, don't want to do it. Because you just look ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's very easy.
This is a dude that's come to the fucking ring in a boat, so I don't think looking ridiculous is...
He's a nice kid, but the thing is, don't give Ramez verbal and then not want the fight. And I think Ramez is pissed off that he's saying, well, look, I'll fight him, and now I've been able to fight him because I had an obligation with Jack Budge and I'm now able to do it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do it. So, shut up.
Fight Ramez. Anyway,
there we go.
Right, that wasn't the question.
Okay.
Have you had a busier 3 weeks than the one you've got coming up in March, with all 3 shows having title fights on them and 2 of them having multiple title fights?
Oh, we had the Plymouth with the weekend. We were at Plymouth on one day and York all the next.
Yeah.
That was manic.
Yeah.
I think the amount of title fights over a 3-week period that we're involved with and the promoters are putting on, there's probably more title fights, eliminators over those 3 weeks than there have been, bearing in mind we haven't finished yet. So probably not, but again, the work is not, it's the amount of shows that you're involved with and having to do. Once the title fights are set up, whether it's a 10-round title fight or a 6-round, it's still a fight. The work is already done. The work is done in arranging those fights, setting them up, going to purse bids whenever necessary, doing private agreements, whatever it takes. That's the work that's involved. The work's all done before. So I wouldn't say it's any busier. I would say that it's just been, we've had some difficult challenges in making some of these fights and we're still working on them.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's an easy way to say it.
And the enjoyable bit is actually turning up in March and...
Well, it's all done. This bit can be a little bit stressful, and we'll talk about some of the issues that we have when it's more appropriate down the line, which we can talk about some of the issues that we're having with these shows.
Final questions from Chris Glover. Hope you're well, Chris, out in New York. Is Martin excited for the next Ultimate Boxer? I don't know why it's directed at me and not you.
Are you? It's in Manchester, isn't it?
Do you know what, right? No, I'm not. And I didn't know it was in Manchester till you just said that. And I've no idea when it is. And if I'm honest, and I don't know if you're involved in it or not, so this might land you in hot water, I'm bored of it. And that's terrible to say because it's quite an exciting format. But it seems a case to me of resting upon your laurels somewhat. And either you need to get bigger and better names involved, or you need to evolve the format in some way or evolve the presentation in some way. I know they've only done a short number of them, maybe 5 or 6. It's flitted between the different platforms of Channel 5 and BT. But no, I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. And if you don't get fighters on there that I know about or that other boxing fans will know about, I think the excitement around it will quickly die off. And either you need to get people that we know about, or you need to evolve the format and do something slightly different, tweak it somewhere that makes it more, it makes it feel a bit fresher. Because at the moment, it doesn't excite me. I don't know if I'm landing you in hot water by saying that. If you've got any fighters on it, the point is everybody's. There's no, with me that even if I'm involved in something, I'll say the truth. So no, I'm not involved in it. I wouldn't want to see at the end of 2020 they've done 4 more Ultimate Boxers, and they still look like the ones that they did in 2019, and they're still fighters that aren't catching the eye when the announcements are made. Those two things mixed together is a pretty bad combination for me. But yeah, I hope they do well, because when it works really well. That light heavyweight one where they had Dex Spellman, they had Joel McIntyre, Shakan Pitters, the one that was brilliant. The heavyweight one did nothing for me. So there needs to be either the recognisable names that you already.
That light heavyweight was a good competition with good people in it.
Because you had established names, you had people that have won legitimate titles already that you knew about and you knew enough about to invest in. That's the difference. You need that. You need that level of authenticity before it starts. You can't build it as you're going.
Fair enough.
That's sort of the other question I had. What do you think about trainers becoming managers? I know there's more of them that are kind of happening at the moment. What's your views on it? Kev put something out the other day on Twitter about it.
I didn't see it. Well, I have lots of views about it.
His one was something about it's going to be an interesting time at both small hall and bigger level when you have trainers becoming managers and trying to get placements for all of the fighters on cards. And he wasn't sure, whether it would go one way or the other. My own view was that it's probably going to be more difficult if you're a trainer who takes a fighter away from a manager to become their manager and their trainer. Then how do you then replace them onto cards somewhere? Because most managers have kind of favoured.
Well, so the first problem you have, I understand why trainers want to become managers, because a trainer doesn't have a contract with a boxer and a manager does. So it gives them a level of security and stops the boxer leaving them as such, causes much more stricter tie. From a boxer's perspective, it means if you've got a trainer-manager relationship and you want to keep them as a trainer but terminate them as a manager, it becomes very problematic. That's an understatement. You have a secondary issue that when a boxer gets towards title fights and they need financial help or negotiating by somebody who's also a skilled promoter negotiator, it's not going to happen. For example, unless it's somebody who's a friend of mine, why am I going to help a trainer who's a boxer necessarily doing that? Now, sometimes other promotional companies may take a view that they want to have boxers under promotional contracts and do it that way. We don't.
Yeah.
We want to have total control over a boxer's career, leave them free to box on anybody's shows, but be able to step in and do things when we need to do it.
You only have the managerial contract side of things.
That's all. We're not interested in promoting. But it enables us, we've got promotions when we need it, we've got the skilled management skills when we need it.
And you can allow boxers like Kay to go off onto other promoters' shows.
As you see, it's not a problem. So Boxer has the best of all worlds with us and fantastic management. Because you're a good trainer doesn't make you a good manager. So what is going to happen out there, there's going to be a lot of people managing who are not very skilled at managing. And boxers, it will be to boxers' detriment in a lot of cases. Not in all cases. I mean, I'll give you an example. Barry O'Connell, who's a really good trainer, said to me, I will never manage fighters ever because I would never be able to do it as well as you. So why would I want to manage a fighter when you can do a much better job than I can? And I think that Barry O'Connell quote says it all.
How can I put this question or frame it without sounding like an arse? If you spotted a trainer that becomes a manager that you know isn't doing a great job, would you look to exploit it for the benefit of your...
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, right. I shouldn't have bothered being so...
Oh, God, yeah. Always looking to exploit. I'm always looking to exploit people that are not...
shitter at what they do. Yeah. Whether that's the financial industry or the boxing industry.
In any part of the world, it's dog eat dog, right? So... my friend Mickey Amu, who's a manager, I've always helped him and worked with him and alongside. Other managers we help a bit, but other times you're looking for weaknesses of people in various angles. It's just how it works. Because my only responsibility is to the boxers I have a contract with. My responsibility is not to anybody else. I'm not going to do anything dishonest, unethical, but of course I'm going to make moves that favour the people that I represent.
And if you can find someone who's a bit naive and wet behind the ears to take those advantages from, you would do it.
Yeah, 100%. But you see, in boxers out there, unfortunately, they're not the greatest judges sometimes at who should manage their careers, and they make severe errors and it screws their careers up. That's life. Boxers have to make good decisions. And whilst, for example, we get boxers up to see us all the time, and I would say we sign 80% of the boxers that we see, those that we don't sign, and I could go through a list with you, it hasn't gone very well for nearly all of them. Things have gone wrong.
Yeah.
And I can tell you why it went wrong, but that's because...
And there's always one that stands out in my mind that you'll probably know I'm on about, that is was promised the world and shows in his hometown, and they've never come off, and you question why you believed what you heard in the first place.
Some people are just naive, gullible, and sometimes the people that do this mistake then go and make a second one.
Yeah, that's the baffling thing, isn't it?
They don't learn, some of them. They go and do it twice and you think, you've just made a serious fuck up for the last 2 years, 3 years of your book, and you're going to make another one now.
Yeah, you've only got a short career.
I mean, there are kids that come to us that realise what they, realise and actually learn from that. I had, and I'm not going to mention her name here, I had a kid who was signed by me as manager. I was doing a good job for him. Wanted his contract back, right? He had to buy himself out of his contract. His new manager has asked numerous times for him to fight on our shows.
Oh, I know what you're on about.
And again this week. I'm not going to mention it. Well, I wouldn't do it. But what the fuck is that about? It doesn't make any sense.
No.
So that was a really stupid decision. Because, so I don't know what on earth he gave me money for to terminate a contract.
To then try and get back on your own shows.
Because even if I did have him back, he'd be on the worst slots, he'd be on the worst deals, he'd be on the worst everything. It makes no sense. But the world of boxing is mad.
Indeed.
Mad things happen. But I wouldn't have somebody back on our shows who's made that decision.
Yeah, which is fair
enough. As a matter of principle.
It's a principle issue.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, that's it for the week. I've run out of my questions that I want to throw on.
Perfect.
Good luck to Deion Sunday up in Manchester.
So next week we'll know about Deion. We'll be able to confirm the venue for Curtis Sam Gilley, which, as I say, I think will be Brentwood. But we'll be able to confirm that next week, and we'll be able to see how things. And let's hope Deion wins, because that's the main thing of the week that matters.
Awesome. All right, thank you very much for your time, and we'll speak to you then.